something else you've said, is that you help people understand the complexity of their relationships so they're able to authentically interact with themselves and others and create life-giving relationships. So it gets more complex than that.
Yes.
So you've talked a lot about like somatic experiencing and like those kinds of things. So how do those come into play when we're looking at like past issues, and when someone says like, I don't want to do we have to trudge through my childhood, so.
Yeah. And even when somebody says that, I'm going to give them opportunity by saying, tell me how you learned to walk. Tell me how you learned to eat from a spoon. Now, we have a conscious understanding, and maybe we even have kids that have gone through that, but that's not something you are even aware that you're really a separate person at that point about, this is the mechanism or the mechanics of my body and brain learning to do that. So most of the things that we're talking about that get in our way of either being an authentic person and knowing our feelings are important and valid and it's okay to take up space in the world in a way that feels safe and healthy. A lot of those values were encoded in our behaviors and our thoughts about ourselves before we were aware that we were a separate human being. And so I'm going to give people a choice at that point. I'm going to honor, you don't want to go back and review all of those things, but here's what that means. Here's how you learn those things. And that's why it's so hard to unlearn them, if you will. Changing behavior is super difficult. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, I'm going to do that differently, or I'm going to take a different route to work today. Like, that's super easy. But in relationships, everything that we learned about the way that we should be in the world, we learned before we knew that we were separate from our caregivers. And so the defense mechanisms that we have, either internalizing or externalizing, meaning you turn in on yourself, or you become aggressive or loud. And those are triggered responses. If anybody has a choice, they're probably not going to be exploding at somebody when they ask a simple question. And that can be a wide range of reasons for that, but mostly it's because you're asking me something that I don't have the space to deal with right now. And if you can get to that point and say, I'm overwhelmed, I don't have the space to deal with that, you're important to me, can we come back to it later? That is such a connecting experience. Instead of, oh my God, I can't, why are you asking me that now? I can't do anything else.
Which is what a lot of us got in our childhoods. And it kind of just settled in real deep before we even realized it. Now we're realizing like it's been days and I need to ask someone for help, and I don't even realize I need to ask for help until it's kind of a crisis point. And then like, okay, well, how can I just, I'm going to ask for help sooner next time. But like you're saying, like, you didn't even consciously understand you were absorbing that. Like if I ask or tell somebody I need help, they're going to flip out on me because that's what happened a million times. I just figured it out and I quit asking for help. And so now as an adult, I run that pattern. So it was interesting. You said changing behavior is really hard. It's not just, I'm going to take a different route to work tomorrow. But if anybody has ever taken the same route to the same place at the same time in the same routine every single day, and then you need to go somewhere different, how many times have you left the house to go to the store and you realize, I'm going to work. Oops, I'm on autopilot. Even that, right? The things that we just kind of set in the background, our brains are really good at that. So even that, I was like, even just taking a new route to work actually can be hard. It takes a lot of conscious effort if you've gotten into a groove in a different place. So
and isn't that really what we're talking about, this idea of awareness?